Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Rollinwold coming at you with another episode of Let's Talk Daggerheart Beta 1. We are on episode 9. We're still going through the classes. We are moved on to the Ranger class. Let me go ahead and knock out the copyright notice. This product was created using the Darrington Press Community Gaming License, the Illuminated Worlds Standard Resource Document, Darrington Press LLC, all rights reserved. Specifically, we're talking about the Daggerheart Beta 1.5 rule set. The finished product is due out in the spring of 2025, and we will be creating going over this again once we've got the full rule set. We'll talk about the changes and the additional content that we have once we get the official full rule set. For now, Darrington Press has been gracious enough to allow us to access this beta and produce content based on the beta rules, which we certainly appreciate. And hopefully you guys are downloading and getting a chance to kick the tires on this great RPG system. Let us discuss Rangers. So, Rangers are highly skilled hunters who, despite their martial abilities, will rarely lend their skills to an army, though through mastery of the body and deep understanding of the wilderness, Rangers transform themselves into sly tacticians, accustomed to fighting without the aid of an organized military force. Many Rangers do, however, fight alongside animal companion, with whom they forge a powerful spiritual bond. By honing their skills in the wild, Rangers become expert hunters and trackers, and are as likely to catch their foes in a trap as assail them head on. Your brief description in the beta for a Ranger class. The domains they have access to are the Bone and the Sage domain. Their starting evasion score is 10. Their damage thresholds are Major 7 and Severe 14. Class items you can choose for your Ranger: a trophy from your first kill, or a seemingly broken compass. So those are your two items that you have that you can customize your character with. The Hope feature for the Ranger's Hope. You can spend 3 hope and increase your invasion by 1 until your next short rest. Let us move on to class features. Let me grab a sip here. I'm sorry, I am trying to avoid getting into a coughing fit. I did take some medicine about an hour and a half ago, so hopefully that's going to help. But let us get into the Ranger's features. So we've got Ranger's Focus. Spend hope and make an attack with your weapon. On a success, you temporarily mark the target, your Ranger's Focus, along with doing damage from the attack until your Ranger Focus ends, or you make a different creature, or you make a different creature your Ranger's Focus. You gain these benefits. So you know precisely what direction they are in. All damage rolls you make against them also deal stress. And when you miss them with an attack, you can end your Ranger's Focus to re-roll your duality dice and take the new result. So spend the hope to make an attack with your weapon. Whenever you succeed, if you succeed, that target now becomes your Ranger's Focus, and it stays your Ranger's Focus until either the focus ends, or you make a new target, a new creature or target your Ranger's Focus. So you will always precisely know what direction they're in. All damage rolls made against them also deal a stress, and then when all damage rolls you make against them, just to clarify, deal a stress, not all damage they take, but any damage that you direct deals a stress. And then whenever you miss an attack, you can choose to end your Ranger's Focus to re-roll your duality dice and take the new result. The two subclasses for the Ranger are the Wayfinder or the Beastbound subclass. The Wayfinder, play the Wayfinder if you want to hunt your prey using deadly force. The spellcasting trait for the Wayfinder is Agility. Foundation features: Apex Predator. Mark a stress to increase your proficiency by +1 on a damage roll. Additionally, whenever you deal severe damage to an enemy, they also mark a stress. So you can mark a stress, get an extra +1 proficiency on that roll, and then additionally, anytime you deal severe damage to an enemy, they also mark a stress. Path Forward: when you're headed for a place you previously visited or you carry an object with you that has been there before, you can identify the shortest, most direct path to your destination as the crow flies. That is your foundation feature for the Wayfinder. Specialization feature: when you're attacked by your focus, your evasion against the attack increases by +2. So, specialization of the Wayfinder: if the target of your focus attacks you, you get to add 2 to your evasion. Then the mastery feature: before you make an attack roll against your focus, you can choose to spend a hope. If that roll succeeds, you remove 1 fear from the GM's fear pool. That is pretty nice. Before you make an attack roll against your focus, you can choose to spend a hope. If that roll succeeds, you get to take away a fear from the GM's pool. Very nice. Alright, and then your other option in the beta is the Beastbound subclass. Play the Beastbound if you want to form a deep bond with an animal ally. If you want to have that archetypical relationship of a very strong companion with you, then go for the Beastbound. The spellcasting trait is Agility for the Beastbound subclass, and the foundation features are as follows. You have an animal companion of your choice at GM's discretion. They always stay next to you unless you tell them otherwise. You take the Ranger companion sheet. Whenever you level up your character, you also choose a level up option for your companion from this sheet. Specialization feature of the Beastbound subclass: whenever you take this specialization, you gain an additional level up option for your companion immediately. And when an enemy attacks you while they're in your companion's melee range, you gain +2 evasion against that attack. Then finally, the mastery feature of the Beastbound subclass: when you take this specialization or mastery, you gain 2 level up options for your companion immediately. Once per long rest, if the damage from an attack would mark your companion's or your last hit point, and you are within each other's close range, the other rushes to their side and takes the damage instead. So this is an option for both you and your animal companion. If one of you happens to be on your last hit point and are about to take damage, and you're within close range, as long as you have not yet done it, that long rest, you can have either yourself or your companion swoop in and take the damage for whoever is on their last hit point and is about to go down. Both of those subclasses are pretty nice. We are going to next go over the background questions and connections, and then we'll look at the animal companion sheet as well. So, background questions. Once again, you can ask these questions, you can make up your own, you can use these to inspire your background questions. You've got 3 options as always so far here, and I do believe throughout the beta you'll see 3 background questions and 3 connection questions or options. The first one: for the ranger. A terrible creature hurt your community, and you vowed to hunt them down. What are they, and what unique trail or sign do they leave behind anywhere they go? So that's a fun one. You get to throw in some sort of nasty critter into the game that you are hunting down because they hurt your community. So your next option is your first kill almost killed you. What was it, and what part of you was never the same after this event? Finally, your third option, you've traveled many dangerous lands, but what is the one place you refuse to go? So this is your opportunity to go, this place is just, it's taboo, it's not somewhere I'm going, ain't happening, and explain. Doesn't say you have to explain, but a good GM is probably going to ask you to at least have some reason as to what it is that, or why it is that you refuse to go there. Then we've got connections. So your first option, what friendly competition do we have? So you want to create that rival type character that's good natured. You can certainly ask, what friendly competition do we have that we engage in? Think Gimli and Legolas counting up, how many kills they get, things like that. Why do you act differently when we're alone than when others are around? So why is it that you act differently when we're alone than when others are around? That's a good one to pose to somebody. If you that one could be a lot of things, and then you also get to decide, whoever that is, what are the differences, and why do you do them? Then finally you have, what have you asked me to keep an eye out for, and why are you worried about it? So those are your go-to background and connection options that are in the beta. And looking at level up options, we've got the universal at level 2. You get an additional experience and increase your proficiency by 1, and then you get to make 2 choices. The trend so far continues with tier 2 being the same, and then after you've made your choices, then you increase your severe damage threshold by 2 and choose a new domain deck card at your level or lower. Then let us get in here and take a look at the companion sheet. So you'll notice that you've got a spot for your companion's name. Evasion score starts at 10. Work with the GM to decide what kind of animal you have as your companion. Use the space above to draw or attach an image for them and give them a name. Then create 2 experiences for your companion based on their training and history you have together. Finally, describe their method of dealing damage, weapon, and record it in the attack and damage section. Their range starts at melee. So then it gives you space to list some companion experiences, gives some examples on high alert, bold distraction, navigation, we always find them, fetch, protective, expert climber, nobody left behind, friendly, nimble, guardian of the forest, you can't hit what you can't find, intimidating, service animal, scout, royal companion, and trusted mount are the examples that are listed there to inspire you or to use directly. Then it says that you can make a spellcast roll to connect with your companion and command them to take action. When you do, you may spend hope to add an applicable companion experience to the roll. On a success with hope, you may take an action immediately without using an action token. So whenever you make a success with hope, you automatically can take an action with your beast companion without adding an action token. Then you got your attack and damage, where it says, the weapon, the range, lets you select what dice you are using for that attack. If you command your companion to attack, they have any benefits that would normally only apply to you, like the effects of Ranger's Focus also applies to your companion. On a success, their damage roll uses your proficiency and their damage dice. So they automatically have the same proficiency that you have, and then they use whatever damage dice you have for your companion. Stress looks like it starts out with 3 stress. Anytime your companion would take damage, they mark 1 stress. When their stress slots are full, they drop out of the scene, hiding, fleeing, etc., but are unavailable to you and will return at your next long rest with 1 stress cleared. Whenever you use the clear stress downtime action on yourself, it automatically clears that much stress on your companion as well. Then you've got training. Whenever your character levels up, also choose 1 option for your companion from the list below and mark it. So you've got 3 boxes of intelligence, which allow you to raise an experience by a +1. You've got 1 box called Light in the Dark. Use this as an additional hope slot that your character may mark. So basically, you select Light in the Dark and you gain an extra hope slot from your companion. You've got the option of Creature Comfort. Once per short rest, when you take time during a quiet moment to give your companion love and attention, you may both clear a stress or take hope. Then you got an armored option. Your armor score increases by +2 when your companion is in melee. You've got 3 options, just like intelligent. For vicious, you increase your companion's damage dice, or their range. So you can select to increase it from a D6 to a D8. You can choose again to go up to a D10, again to a D12, or if you want to increase that range from melee, you can use this option to go to very close range, and then again to increase it to close, and then you could, if you wanted to, increase it 1 more time to make far range D6 damages if you wanted to. Then you've got resilient. You can choose this option 3 times, and every time you do, your animal companion gains an additional stress slot. You've got 1 option for bonded. When you mark your last hit point, your companion rushes to your side to comfort you. You roll a number of D6 equal to the available stress slots they have and mark them. On a 6, they get you up, clear your last hit point, and return to the scene. So, when you mark your last hit point, your companion then rushes to your side to comfort you. You roll a number of D6 equal to the available stress slots that your companion has at the time you mark those. If any of those D6s are a 6, then you get to get up, clear your last hit point, and return to the scene. Now, all of your stress from your companion will have been marked, so they will be retreating from the scene once they've done so, unavailable to continue taking actions for you. But they've gotten you back up and maybe made a big difference in the way the combat unfolds. And then your last option, you've got 3 boxes here called Aware, where you can increase your companion's evasion by 2. Those are your options here in the beta. bet some very nice options: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So even at Mastery, you're not going to be able to collect all of those yourself, but you could get most of the way there. Definitely have room to make one mighty companion if you so desire. And we have knocked out the ranger, so whenever we come back we'll hit the rogue, and that will mark us, once we complete that, will be 5 classes done, 4 to go. We will have gone over the hill and be on the downhill slope for classes. So we'll get this uploaded and we'll catch you back soon. This one went pretty quick as well. I don't know if I just got more efficient or if it's just the abilities and features of the class are a little bit smoother to go through. I think probably it's the former. I think that I've just kind of done a few of them now, and so they're getting smoother, adding less commentary, I suppose. But we will catch you here in a little bit. If you have the opportunity to make somebody else's day better, please do so. Spread some light and love in the world. We'll catch you next time. I hope you're enjoying the series. We'll be back at you here directly.